So I say one of the things that I really enjoyed about writing is the research phase. It's the getting together the information. It's the talking to the other people. I've been fortunate. One of the good things again about the current world we live in, social media, you may not like it for some things, but for some things it's absolutely tops. For networking, for getting information about how to contact someone, for getting to someone, it really works well. Okay, so I can put a message out on a forum or a Facebook page and say, I'd really like to have a chat with so-and-so about something interesting. And you'll probably get someone who'll say, well, I think you might, or they'll come back to you privately and say, I think you might try this. And by that route, I was able to speak to Joss Naylor. I sat in Joss Naylor. This is, for me, one of my big heroes in life. And I'm sitting in his down front room with a guy, and he's telling me about these moments. Unfortunately, he also was very difficult to pin down and keep on topic. So he told me a lot of other things about himself that were fascinating, but didn't necessarily fit the theme of this book. So I've sat in his front room. I've talked to Billy Bland in his garden. I've talked to Hugh Simmons and Jack Maitland, Malcolm Patterson. These people have been integral in the story, and it's just, for me, it's just a really really pleasing achievement to just have done that. I could have even not written things. I could have just been pleased to have met these guys. But that's really part of the whole process. So at this point, John was going to be saying a few kind words about the process, and if he does arrive, I'll still ask him to do so. But what has been interesting for them was that they were hard training, hard racing, and hard socialising people who were really good friends. And after the launch in Keswick at the weekend, we went, my family and their families went to the pub together. And once a pint of Guinness each had gone down, there was this fantastic flow of just stories and memories. And I just sat there and thought, this is brilliant. These two guys, they haven't met for a while, they're just reminiscing away. We haven't got to say anything. Just a really brilliant moment. And I just feel bringing that thing to happen was just a really nice thing to do. So what I think I'll do is I'll just move on. So the 1983 season, so there's these 15 races. If you understand how trail racing works, there are long races, medium races and short races. You have to do a range of the different distances to get the championship. The last race was a short one at a place called Thievesley Pike. So they are now working out who's going to win the championship. I'll just tell you about the build-up to that race. I won't give you the denouement. You've got to read the book. But you may get a clue from how this comes out. So they've done the 14 races. They've got a 3-week period. The one before last was the Ben Nevis race. Okay, so some of the races are to the top of a significant mountain, 4,000 feet or whatever it is, to Ben Nevis and back down, and get up and down in, was it an hour? Is it the record book? Something like that. Should know that.
Does Will have the stats?
No, I don't know why I'm asking you, but I should know that. You know, it's not a race to be sniffed at. So here's the story from the book. There were 3 full weeks after the Ben Nevis race before the concluding championship race, with a title depending on the result. John Wilder needed to win the last 3 races of the championship to take the title again. He'd actually been injured early in the season, so he's doing catch-up all through the season. But he'd won the last 2 races. The tension was palpable. John had won the last 2 races, and there was just this one to go, which was reckoned to be his type of race. Some runners were better at one kind of race, some were better at others. It was his kind of race. He needed the rest that the 3 weeks provided. Meanwhile, Kenny Stewart must have been thinking it all could be slipping away from him, which would have been a devastating result after the huge commitment he had made in each and every race he competed in during the year. Kenny agreed that you might have thought it was slipping away from his reach. In a way, he says, yes it was. But one thing I may not have mentioned, this is one of our interviews when we were talking about it, is the fact that I didn't feel any pressure going into that last race. I resigned myself to the fact that if I'd run second to John in the championships, it was a hell of a thing in my first year in this scene. I was really relaxed about it. John was expected to win. I thought that was an advantage to me, in fact. I could only run like hell and see what happens. I'd won the race the season before, but John was still getting over an injury at the time. And talking about the Ben Nevis race and its effects, John said, the worst thing about Ben Nevis is not the race, but the drive back with stiff legs. If you ever run in the National somewhere in the north, and you've not had showers and changing, you know, run one of those races where you have to come back in the car with mud all down your legs, and you run, whatever it is, 7.5 miles national. It's just, you know what it's like. So Kenny had a slighter journey because he was in Cumbria, but John was in the Midlands. John's wife corroborated these views, saying, "I remember John being quite tired after the weekend's activities." And for some reason in brackets it says, "and not just the race." I don't quite know what she's saying there. And it was an especially hard trip back from Fort William in an old minivan. So I used to go to races in a minivan and sleep in the back of the minivan. I knew that John was pleased with the Ben Nevis race, both the victory and the race record. So he'd set a record in that race. Okay, there are some records that both these guys have set in the mid-80s that are still extant as the trail race records. Snowden and Ben Nevis, Kenny actually came back another year and set the Ben Nevis race record. So he holds Snowden and Ben Nevis record still from 1985 to 1986. I knew John was pleased with the race, both the victory and the race record, although he did give credit to Kenny and another guy called Jack Maitland for their ascents. So there was a whole range of people who were high quality, who were pushing each other. This guy Jack was a really good ascender, and he took it out to set them up for it. But it interested me to see what training these two dedicated athletes fitted in for those 3 weeks before the vital championship race. John recalled at the time he found it hard to get back into training. In fact, in the 7 days after the Ben, I only trained on 4 of them. I followed the usual routine with speed work on Wednesdays and then eased down for the race. Looking back at it now, John adds that without the benefit of a diary, he didn't keep a record of his training. Those weeks he can't actually remember the specific training prior to Thievery. It would have been no different to any other weeks probably. I would have done speed work in there somewhere. Whereas Kenny, he kept a detailed diary which he showed me. There's actually an image in the book of page of his diary. So this is for you guys to understand what mileage is about. Kenny showed me his detailed diary entries for those 3 weeks, and I noted 82 and 84 miles in weeks 1 and 2, and suggested to him that he may have stepped up his training in an aim to refine his fitness even further by doing what I rather unsubtly called even more training. He swiftly dismissed this idea, saying there was no need to. I was running well. I didn't need to do any more. That was the normal amount for me at the time. I knew what I was doing. You've got to remember, if you're thinking, okay, for 2 weeks in a row, 80 plus miles, they're not flat road miles. They're all up, down, and things like that. So they were hard trainers, even just before the vital championship race. Nevertheless, Kenny did reveal that 2 years later, in 1985, when he set the still extant record for the Snowden race, he was doing less mileage. This was because he had improved and didn't need a huge mileage. The extra years of continuity had got me there. I'd found out how I ticked, how to prepare, how to rest, and to get to a race and be ready for it by then. I felt it was the peak of my trail running. I was confident of beating just about anybody. Moving back to 1983, Kenny's diary reveals that in the 2 80-plus mile training weeks, he did a minimum of 8 miles a day, trained twice every day but one. The Sunday before the Thievery race, he only did just a mere 15 miles on the fell. So a pretty tough training regime. And that's one of the significant things. I've written quite a bit about their attitude, their preparation, their diet, their training, their psychological aspects, and I found that a very interesting thing to look through and research about.